Good morning. It is, what is today? Saturday. And I am donating some things, and you can see them. I was going to keep them, but I'm donating them and I don't need them. So I'm going to donate those later. I was putting them in the car. And like I was saying, this is Saturday, and I had already planned to start working on this chair because I'm over it. It's 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, you know what? And I planned this since last week. I'm going to go ahead and just start where I can start, do what I can do. This is my first time. It's a learning curve, and I was thinking while I was doing, and sometimes I miss things, but I am determined to get this done today. I said I was going to give it a few hours, and then I was going to go upstairs and work on my other room. So I'm patting this because I got a lot of baking soda in here. It had an odor because this chair is really old, and I had baking soda sitting in it for the longest time, and it killed the odor. So I was just beating all the baking soda out of it. So that's what you see me doing here. And just showing you what the bottom looked like. And I was trying to save it because I didn't want to pull that old burlap off. I'm put this new burlap on it. Now I had two type of burlap. I had the one with the polka dots, the one that you saw that I got from the thrift store, and then the other ones you're going to see, I got that straight from the who I got that from Joann's because they had to have had a sale. So you see me stapling down the first excuse me layer. My throat don't start acting up until I get on this phone, and it's aggravating. So the first layer went down fine. I was stapling it down because there's staples from the older burlap, so I had to make sure that I was doing in between the older staple that's already stapled down the old that has already stapled down the old burlap. I was just taking my time stapling in between, trying to figure out how I was going to do everything. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here: stapling and cutting. Now I had to get this to a place to where I can go around it. So I got the original cushion in one of my chairs at my kitchen that goes up and down that can adjust to the height that I need. So I needed it so where I could get it to the front and on the side, and then turn it around to get to the back. So this is me being creative, pretty much. So you see me here getting it adjusted, getting it set up, so I can go ahead and put on, finish up the first layer. No, this right here was when I was doing the second layer. And yeah, this was when I was doing the second layer. And let me tell y'all something. What I was trying to do was kind of press the springs down and then staple down the burlap. And that was a fail. Because when I would staple it down and then staple one side was already down, and when I would staple the other side and pull it taut, it came up. It came up. So it was like, all right, this isn't gonna work. So what I went ahead and did was go ahead and just remove it. I just took off the my second layer because you have the first layer that's on there, and then you have my layer, which is my first layer, and then you have the second layer I tried to put on, and it was like no. So I do know when you're trying to tie down springs, I was using burlap because I saw burlap, but on YouTube, it's actually they got string on here, but there's this thing. I'm gonna put a picture up. It's like a burlap type wide rope looking thing, and you have to weave it through and then staple it down, and it holds and secure the springs. And I was trying to be so creative to lay those springs down, and it wasn't working. It was a complete fail. So I let them be. I just know I have to save those springs. Now, if anything happened with those springs, it's all right. Either I can replace them, or I can go ahead and get the rope things that I showed previously, and I can show again here. So yeah, so I was just like, this didn't work. And you see me here just removing the first burlap because when I went to pull it, it was coming off, and so was the staples. And another thing too, I have a staple gun, and I know I see people do this, but I don't know what type of staple guns they have, but I'm sure they got the more expensive one. Mine is pretty old, so my staples wasn't the best. On the first layer it was fine. The second one it wasn't so good, but You know, like I said, this is my first time. I'm learning. I'm gonna try to get it and kind of go from there. I still have to watch YouTube. I still have to kind of watch what I do, and I have to constantly refer back to the pictures on the phone because this chair did not have foam. It had a lot of burlap and a lot of like it looks like stuffing, but it looks more like a cotton type, not a cotton type, but like a beige looking stuffing. It didn't look like cotton stuffing. So I was just pretty much here, just trimming the ends and making it look a little better. And this was just me getting the new burlap and just measuring to make sure I have enough for the seat, the top of the seat, and enough for the back, the part where you lay your back on and behind it. So I was just out here just measuring it, making sure I had enough. I did save a piece of the polka dotted one, which I probably won't ever use. And you're not going to be able to see the polka dots anyway. I just needed burlap. And I got a cheaper one place, which was at a thrift store for a couple of dollars. And then I caught the burlap on sale. I think it was at Joann's. And it's funny because I have to go back now. And I just saw a 20% off regular price coupon this morning. So that works out for what I'm going to need to do with this chair. So that's my first layer. I'm just showing you the first layer. And I should have had this phone down before, but I didn't realize I did not have it all the way down. So this is what it looks like so far. And I'm thinking about how I'm going to do this chair as I go. I think I have the ugliest shape. Good gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's what happened when you eat. And you were skinny once upon a time, and then you eat, and your body's all out of shape. But anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty much here thinking. My phone just told me it need to be charged. That's why I'm putting the charger away. So here I am thinking about the burlap, measuring out the burlap, and gonna make my first cut. But I had to make sure it was long enough to reach where I need to reach. It was wide enough and everything. So that's just what I'm doing here. Just taking measurements. I eyeball things. I really don't like using rulers, but I have to get out that habit if I'm gonna have some decent looking projects. So yeah, I had enough for that back, and then also for the front. And then of course I'm gonna have a little pieces left over for the arms, which is fine. So this is how I measured it. That's why I want me a house with a porch and a little DIY cave. So many projects, but I enjoy it. It keeps me busy. So this is me just getting rid of the old stuff, trying to figure out what piece I'm gonna keep from the old one, and that's the old one with the polka dots. So I'm keeping that just in case. But if I don't have no use for it, I am definitely going to get rid of it. So I'm cleaning up because I can't really function in a crazy spot. It messes with me. And that string you see is a part of the string. That string you see is a part of the strings that's holding the spring down. So I'll never cut it. I'm gonna just tuck it back in the chair. Um, but here I started thinking about how I'm going to put this in a plier, and I'm glad I took pictures of the chair before and after. Well, the before and after, before I took it apart, and after, like when I did a video, I took different pictures to show what was in it and how it was put together. So I was thinking, and I went to grab the phone, but it's not on my main phone. It's on the phone I recorded, which is the one I'm recording with now. So I didn't see it. I did have a snapshot. So, and the reason why I did that was because in this back right here, I don't remember cushion. So I'm going to get a piece of, you'll see it in part two. I'm going to put it in the back and then put the burlap over it. And then from there, I have the cushion in the front and put burlap over it. So I had to come cut this phone off which was good because I was getting closer to 15 minutes and look at the before and after pictures, and now I have to go to join to get that piece. So part two coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.